Calling an audible here on the Fast Break Podcast. We were waiting for Bilal, but I think we got a little bit of a mix-up on the time, so we're going to go into Wet Boys here. And then, if Bilal's not able to join us, we'll get into talking about the 2 seed in the Western Conference because I think it's a very interesting race.
He'll call them super fans.
We'll see what happens. We will see what happens.
You mentioned which time zone the 1 p.m. was.
I said 1 p.m. Central Time. Thank you very much, Dave. I appreciate this.
Confirming.
If you want to set them up, you can set them up.
No, I'm just confirming. Put me in my place there, eh?
Yeah. How's it going?
No, I just show up. I'm not in charge of anything important.
I know what I'm doing. Don't worry. Welcome to Wet Boys. This is where we talk about the dampest of dudes. Dave is extremely dry after that. The soggiest of shooters, the moistest of men. This is where we give praise to the guys that absolutely went off in the past week, except for Ben Simmons. Ricky, who is your Wet Boy? Who wowed you this week in the NBA?
So I think it's got to be Zach LaVine, right? Like Zach LaVine as my Wet Boy. Like I just got to do it every week, right? Right? That's the bit.
You didn't do it last week, so then the bit's dead. So
it's not. Well, I could start a bit.
Honestly, I was sort of surprised that Zach LaVine wasn't your Wet Boy.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, but I'm also not surprised.
I didn't watch
it.
I didn't watch a single Bulls game this week because I don't like watching the Bulls anymore.
That's a shame.
But no, it's Zion Williamson. He is balling out there. Did you see what he was doing All-Star Weekend on Friday, which counts because it was before the podcast. And then two,
it doesn't count for the actual stats, though. Just want to
no, not for the actual stats, but like for the shit he was doing, like catching a lob behind his head from Ja and throwing it down.
Them two playing together is just not fair.
But no, the main reason why I gave him a Wet Boy is because I saw something where he now joins Shaq and Grant Hill as the only players with the amount of games he's played so far to start his rookie career.
Yeah.
He's the only one with those two to average at least 22 points, I think, in those games. So it's like he coming for rookie of the year.
In their first 10 games, averaging 22 points.
He's going to win rookie of the year this year.
No, he's not.
And he's going to win it. Zion's the best.
What I said for that to happen is they need to make the playoffs and he needs to just be playing stupidly. One check has been checked. He's been playing stupidly, and they're 6-4 in their last 10. But the Grizzlies are 8-2, and right now they're about what? I can't do math.
19 to 13 and a half.
5.5 games.
Yep.
5.5 games out. So I think it's still possible that they make the playoffs, but for him to be rookie of the year, I think that needs to happen. Which I think is absolutely possible with the way he's been playing.
And they've been playing, and there have been a couple games too where it's like I think it was that Spurs game. Did they lose that game?
Yes,
we were all like, put him back in the game.
His debut, yes, they lost that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's if they get to the playoffs,
if they would have won that game, them and the Spurs would have been flipped, and they'd be 18 instead of 19 games back.
Mm-hmm. We'll have to see. I mean, I know you don't think it's possible at all, Dave.
No, because John Morant's been doing it all season, and he's disgusting. And he's putting up a stat line that is also incredible, and somehow you're just like, that doesn't even matter.
Well, to me, it's more impressive if you can do that or even better stat line in less time.
No, it's easy to do it in less time.
It's easier to do it in less time.
Because individual amazing performances will weigh heavier than having 82 games versus 30 games will be his cap or somewhere around there.
Yeah.
One performance out of 30 is greater than one performance out of 82.
See, but I'm talking
That's
more
statistically the number.
Yeah, but I'm not looking. I'm talking more so like on the I factor. Like I'm not talking about stats.
On the I factor.
Yeah,
Again,
the I factor means
you fucking
something.
watch them. Like both John and Zion are players that our eyes gravitate to them because of what they do. And if Zion can put up the numbers, which I know in less time. That's how math works.
It's easier to do.
Yeah, but no, I mean, like literally, if he goes out in his next game and scores 2 points, his season average will go from 22.1 to 20.2. I mean, he'll drop a full two points just by having one bad game.
Yeah.
So I mean, right now, this is not what he's going to be doing. Close to what he's going to be doing.
Yeah.
The one thing I thought was most impressive from this week, though, from Zion, his free throw shot looks to be getting better, which is scary because I don't think he was going to the free throw line as much as he was in college.
Yeah.
He's going, I think, about 8 times per game in the NBA.
Can't follow him. Yeah.
That was the thing is we were always like, oh, well, there's so much athletic in college. Like, that might be the one downside. It's just they are more athletic, but they still can't stop him. They're just following him now more.
Yeah.
No one could touch him in college. Now people are being able to touch him. He went to the line 6.2 times per game in college. Now he's at 7.8. So Zion's been stupid good.
He has been.
So it's very deserving wet boy for me, Ricky. Dave, who's your wet boy?
Wet boy this week is the number 2 guy in the Nuggets. It's Jamal Murray. He is a stone cold killer out there. He is shooting incredibly well. He's been playing in pretty peak form. He's their number 2 guy, and without him, they're not going to have a chance in the playoffs. Like, Nikola Jokic is the engine that runs the beast, but if they want to win games, you need Jamal Murray to pop off like this on a weekly basis, and he is. And he absolutely is. Like, his efficiency numbers are incredible, and I always give him shit because his first 3 years of his career, he's literally averaged almost the same exact stat line across the board. It's impressive how consistent he is, and that's why, the big pay bump that he's going to get on that contract will be great. But like, it's like, does he deserve it? Has he gotten better? And this year, he has dramatically improved as the years gone on, and that's definitely what we want to see out of him. And I'm really happy with his natural progression.
And Ricky, this isn't a shot at you, but I was just curious because you said Shaq and Grant Hill were the only players to average 22 in their first 10 games.
It was something like that. Yeah. I saw it from a Bleacher Report article.
Jordan 27 in his first 10 games. So I was just curious.
Maybe it was like 4s and 5s who did that.
I was just wondering like why wasn't he on there? And maybe it's just for guys that only scored average 22 because he was almost averaging 30 in his first.
I do have a
games.
pack of honorable losers this week though.
Yeah,
I want to give them out because I feel like this award, like I count wins in to factor towards like who is the wet boy. And
as
like, Jamal,
do I. Yeah,
Jamal Murray
Ricky
went 2-1. Ricky will pick based
Zach
off
LaVine,
of numbers, and Zach LaVine and Zion Williamson. But like a couple of guys who had, I feel like they're recognition worthy. Like John Collins on the week putting up like 27 and 10 basically with 2 assists, shooting 64% from the field. Like absolutely incredible. 33% from 3 on 3 attempts a game. Fantastic offensive week. Unfortunately, every single player he's gone up against this week has had a career-defining performance. So it kind of speaks to the fact that, he's a horrible defender.
So it was.
But he's been better.
He's been better, but literally like 30 plus every single night from whoever he's facing.
So it was Zion is the 3rd player with 7 20-point games in his first 10 career games.
Okay.
In the last 30 seasons. Both Shaq and Grant also had 7.
Nice.
He is the only player in that span.
In 7 20-point games?
Yeah, 7 20-point games in his first. He's also the first to do it in his first 9.
Interesting.
So if he would have that 10th game, if he would have hit 20 points, he'd be alone at the mountaintop.
Nice. Another honorable loser, DeJounte Murray. About time his season's starting to click. He put up 19, 8 and 7. Great shooting splits as well. I've been sick of him struggling to start the year. He's finally.
He had a major injury. Real quick.
Can
you read that stat for me one more time?
So it was
7 20-point
7
games.
20-point games in the person's first 9.
Is it
First 10 career games.
Is it 7 or more, or just 7 exactly?
7.
Okay,
Jordan.
because Jordan had 8.
Okay.
I'm more upset at that stat because it's wrong.
It's just lazy
like who
reporting.
the fuck did that?
Yeah.
Because like
It takes about 8 seconds in basketball reference to get there.
Unless we're just like Jordan's great. We don't have, he doesn't need to be mentioned.
Jordan
we
in his
know
first
he's
10
there.
had 16, 21, 37, 25, 17, 25, 33, 27, 45, 27.
Jesus.
So really, he's the 4th player.
It's a monster.
Yeah, he should be at least the 4th player because Jordan. There's probably other ones that they missed too.
Yeah.
Has LeBron done that?
I wonder what Wilt did in his first 10 games. But
Last 2 trash
Like,
bros
who cares?
combined, Wiggins and Marquise Chris. Congrats to the Golden State Warriors for pulling the trigger. Wiggins has looked better. Marquise Chris, working with him, has looked incredible actually. Like that team is now fun to watch again. They're both putting up stupid stats.
There's something
They're not
about
winning games, but stupid stats.
There's something about the trade deadline and Marquise Chris. Because the day after the trade deadline, or the first game after the trade deadline, he always has a great game. It happened last year, too, when he was in Cleveland. He had his career high to get like 32 points. He was hitting threes. He was showing how athletic he was. Just like, what the fuck is going on here? Yeah, I had no idea what the hell it was.
Diamond, help us out. He said last 30 years.
Oh, last 30 years.
Until
Okay, so
1990.
we literally drew the line before Jordan intentionally.
Yeah.
And also Wilt, because Wilt didn't have a game that he scored under 20. Or I'm sorry, under 30. So he had under 20 is correct. 43, 36, 41, 30, 32, 39,
so all
41,
time he's like the 5th.
55, 28, and 26.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he also,
last 30 is good. 3rd seems more impressive.
Hey, Dave. So Wilt, in his first 10 games as a rookie, averaged 37.1 points. How many rebounds did Wilt Chamberlain average?
17.
20.
Higher.
I'm going to say, is it higher than 20?
It's higher than 20.
25.
And higher than 25.
32?
It's lower than 32.
28.
It's higher than 28.
30.
It's 31.
One.
Okay.
Oh
He
my
averaged
God.
31.2 rebounds. He had a game that he had 40 and then 43. His first 3 games, he scored 43 and grabbed 28 boards, 36
Wilt's
points
stats.
and grabbed 34 boards, and then went 41 and 40.
Milkmen.
Yeah, stupid. Absolutely stupid. And I think, yeah. That's
But you know
insane.
what? Bill Russell walked away with all the rings.
Yeah, well, but Wilt's a better player. Finally, my wet boy of the week, Jason Tatum. We already talked about him. Kid's stupid good.
Yeah.
28 points, 8 boards,
Some would
3
say
assists,
sexy.
51% from the field, 44% from 3. And Ricky, you're right. That's a damn sexy line. You know what was sexy? That 2 overtime game against the Clippers. That's the performance that at least sealed it. They did have 1 loss, but oh well. You know, they went 3-1 on the week. I'm cool with that. That's above 500 and. You know, they wouldn't have won that game against the Clippers if it wasn't for Jason Tatum. So he deserves love back-to-back weeks for J-Tay. So shout out to him. And Ricky, you're the only person that cares about our fantasy, so I'll run through it.
Well, before that, I've
Oh.
got 2 things I
Made
want to
some
mention.
sweeping changes.
Oh, boy.
Not sweeping changes, has nothing to do with fantasy.
Oh.
I forgot. I want to give love to at least one guy, but Zion has my heart, so Zion got my wet boy. Is the Turkish Klay Thompson, Furkman. Kirkman.
That's not his name.
I know
No,
it's not his name.
It is. It is. That's-
Furkan.
We were
The
talking about
Turkish Klay
it
Thompson.
in Discord, and Furkman came out, and we're like, that's it.
Furkman, baby.
It's up there with C-Scam and Maroons.
Wait, but so you said Furkman?
Yes,
Yes,
he did. And-
not like we were on fucking Discord. It
yeah,
was
he,
not like
he
Twitch or
knew the
anything.
name, and then he was like, Furkman.
Furkman.
And I was like, you mean Furkin? He's like, Furkman,
Furkman.
Kirkman.
Kirkman.
Shit.
So I want to give love to the Turkish Klay Thompson.
Yeah. He
Jake,
needs a
I
better
hope you're happy.
nickname. Because
The Turkish Nightmare.
that's what I've heard. It's
I
not
would
good.
see. I go back to the Stacey King Omira Sheik, and I just want to call him the Turkish Delight.
Yeah, that's so good, though.
My favorite one was there was a stat about him, and he was
The
like
Turkish
he's-
sniper? That's
he's
what I
the
thought.
first player to
Shooting down those threes.
or Furkan Korkmaz, whatever.
Furkan.
Has scored 65 points over his last 2 games, and then after the game that he scored 0 points, it was like Furkan has now scored 65 points over his past 3 games.
Yeah, no, that was rough. They moved him to the starting lineup after just being absolutely amazing from downtown, and then he can't hit the side of a barn.
Still got the win.
Still got the win.
So it doesn't matter. And now I'll give an honorable mention to Ben Simmons because Jake was ready to kill us.
Yep.
And he almost averaged a triple double. It was like 22, 10, and
Furkman
9 or something like
deserves
that.
it more.
Also had like 2.7 steals. So shout out to Ben Simmons. Although we
Yeah.
will not give you a wet boy this year,
Nope.
mainly to spite Jake.
Yep.
Anyways, fantasy update.
The other thing I was going to say
Okay.
before fantasy.
All right.
Update 2.
No. This is kind of important. This is more of a life story.
You just host the podcast.
No. I'm putting the podcast. This is going to be on the podcast, but I wanted to save it here. Yeah. I apologize, Dave, for not telling you last night. I almost told you.
Huh?
I had to hold it. I thought Sean was going to give it away today. I almost gave myself a wet boy today.
Did you?
Because as of yesterday, your boy Ricky is no longer a single man. I was waiting for a better response on him.
We
not
already know.
you.
We saw it on Facebook.
He doesn't check Facebook.
Yeah, I saw it and I sent it to him.
I got
right
it from
away.
Sean, and I got it from the Verbankians.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so congrats.
Yeah.
See, and
The phrase,
now I'm going on this rant. This has turned into a completely different segment. This is why I hate social media. Like yesterday, I had to mute my mic while Jake, Dave, and I were talking because my mom came in because my aunt got upset with me that I didn't tell her. Because I wanted to tell her, and I didn't want this to be like some Facebook thing that everyone finds out
Facebook
with.
thing.
Yep.
By the way,
Facebook's gonna ruin everything.
Ricky was telling his dogs to shut up yesterday.
Nice.
Yes.
And he yells through the door, and his mom walks in, and he's like, I'm telling the dog shop. And she's like, what? I'm telling the dog shop. What? And so Jake and I just kept whatting him, like Stone Cold Steve Austin WWE style. So Ricky would say something, be like, what?
I was expecting a better reaction. Next time I'll just fucking text you guys.
Yeah, you
But
probably should. I don't know.
in
Are your friends
fantasy,
are just gonna fucking.
I was gonna do it in person because
great.
it's like
That's why Sean dropped in the
that's what you
girlfriend
really
line before
do.
the show.
No,
today.
I know why he was doing that, Dave.
I knew why,
I'm not
too.
fucking stupid.
Well, then why'd you think we were gonna give you a better reaction? Clearly, we both knew.
Well, I didn't expect this yutz to find out.
Yeah, I wouldn't have checked Facebook.
My
He knows
first,
me.
I know.
my first response when I saw that was like, "Did you know about this?" I sent Dave that. I sent him the screen.
You guys could just wait
No.
for in person, but besides the point. You guys really think I'd keep you out of the loop?
Yes.
Like out of the loop
But
completely?
you already had a girlfriend and didn't tell us.
didn't have a girlfriend. It happened yesterday.
So you met this woman yesterday.
No, I didn't meet her.
You met
No,
this woman
this is-
yesterday,
this-
and
this-
then you immediately started dating her.
No.
Read the top line. Not out loud.
This is great for a podcast. You really need to show them.
No,
I should share him the
so-
line. Yeah.
This is why I saved it for this.
Yeah.
Remember the MVP podcast we did? Remember Deer Meat Girl? That's what I'm gonna call her. She lived in Southern Illinois. Remember I went on that date with her and we talked about it on the podcast?
Nope.
And on the podcast we talked about
I wasn't there.
one of our conversations we had was about deer meat because on the podcast I said, yeah, she said like it's like
I do remember
gamier,
this
and
now.
Dave's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, that's it.
Because I was on the Joe Rogan kick at the moment.
Bingo. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's her.
It's her.
It's her.
It's her.
So that was the long play.
I didn't.
Congratulations,
I don't know who
Thank you.
Deer Meat
I'm
Girl
happy
is,
for you.
So
Go back and watch it. It's an MVP
don't want to.
podcast.
But also, I need you to post our videos to YouTube still. It's not an excuse.
No, but it's not. It happened yesterday.
Again, this is a horrible story. You met her yesterday. And
No,
now
I
she's your
didn't meet
girlfriend.
her yesterday.
Well, it sounds like you met her
no,
yesterday.
we didn't.
You should have vetted her better.
Fuck all of you guys.
What?
Except our Twitch people.
What's up with the fantasy basketball?
What the hell is Jake saying? The fuck is a yutz?
Yeah.
Oh, a yutz.
It's like a putz, but
yeah.
with a Y.
You wouldn't know. You're not a
Polish?
It's
Midwestern.
Polish.
yeah.
Sure, yeah, there you go.
So with fantasy, we're in 7th and we're 1 point behind 6th.
Nice.
We're 78th overall, 1 point behind Super Hippo, which I believe is Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle.
And then Top Cats is only 3 ahead of us. So
nice.
I mean,
Actually, we're closing ground.
we're actually also then if you think about that, we're 5.5 behind the 4th place team. We could make a run for 4th place, fellas.
I think that would be an accomplishment.
I just got to
yeah.
find a way to get those boards up.
Marquise Chris.
Because right now our boards are 2,296, and the guy ahead of us is 2,508.
That's a lot.
So
That's a
we've
lot.
buried ourselves in rebounds. That's why I'm almost thinking like
The curse of
just
not drafting Andre Drummond.
ditch it. Unless we make a trade with Team Blah, who wants to give us Rudy Gobert and Julius Randle.
I don't
That's
understand
10
why we
boards
wouldn't
a
do
game.
that. Yeah, I don't know why we
Also wants to give us John Morant. Go ahead, let's do it.
Yep.
That'll help us out.
boy.
That'll boost us right up, maybe
Collusion.
above Brad Stevens.
Let's not make any collusion trades right here. All right, let's keep this
Like
clean.
you said, Sean, the league doesn't matter, right?
Let's
That's what
keep
you were
this.
saying?
It matters for the people who cares, and I personally don't care because I'm not running the team anymore. So, and I'm glad I passed that on.
But we do have a tie for second. King E and Sam are tied for
shit.
second
Nice.
behind
Shout-outs.
Good job, Sam.
behind
McKee.
the monster and Brad Stevens army.
Yeah.
Nice. And who's running that team?
King E and
Oh,
Sam.
No,
Right,
Brad
King.
Stevens.
Yeah, Brad Stevens.
Brad Stevens' army is
The guy who legitimately could coast through the sea here.
Cole Adams.
Oh,
nice.
Shout out Cole. Nice
Cole
team.
Adams.
Nice.
I love it.
All right.
Cool name, Cole Adams.
So we're
Because
gonna
Adam Cole, Bebe.
Yeah, that too.
throw a little
And Cole Anthony.